Hello all, my name is Ankit Mishra and today we are going to see a demo on Impress Your Boss through data visualization tool. So every one of us would like to impress a boss with our work, isn't it? Imagine you are in the middle of the presentation and you find your boss audience yawn and you realize your presentation is dull. Your charts reports are gloomy and you are boring your audience to tears. That's when you realize the need of high impact presentation that keeps your audience glued to your screen. So what can make your presentation more meaningful and effective is a visualization. Okay. So here I have just taken a screenshot of one of the report that has visualization. Instead of writing visualization, I thought I will show a visual report. Okay, so let's understand what does data visualization means. Data visualization is the presentation of data in pictorial or graphical format. It helps people understand the significance of data by placing it in a visual context and to communicate information clearly and effectively. So I am presenting to you one of the spreadsheet. Okay, this is how we used to create reports whenever our managers, the board members used to ask for some record. We used to prepare a tabular Excel sheet. Okay. Now times have changed, things have changed. We have moved from Tableau to something which is more visual, which can actually make an impact when you show them to the customers, when you show it to the managers, and even when you show it to the to your people. Okay, so uh, why do we want to use data visualization? Okay, human minds are are made in a way that they understand color, they understand shape, they understand uh, size. So here we've used multiple things. We've used different colors, we've used we've used shapes, so we've used circles, and which has different shapes, okay, to show the effect. Okay, so looking by this report, one can identify, okay, what are my key things to look at. I do not need to go through the entire Excel sheet to understand certain thing. I can just it out by looking at the report that is presented to me on the right hand side. So this is how a data visualization can actually help people make decisions on the spot. Okay, they do not need to go through the entire Excel sheet to understand the patterns, to understand what exactly is my data saying. This visualization itself does everything and presents to you in a form where just by looking at a report, one can make decision on the spot very quickly. Okay, so rapid fire data visualization. We are using Tableau in this demo, in this webinar, to show you the demo of Tableau. Okay, and we are also Tableau partners. We've done multiple projects on Tableau successfully. So some of the key features of Tableau: it is a self-service BI tool. So when I say it is a self-service BI tool, any manager working on a tool, on a report, they do not have to be dependent on any IT team. Okay, they themselves can analyze the data, figure out the questions asked by them, raised by them, and answered by themselves. Okay, so that is an advantage of using a self-service BI tool. Now, here we also have a rich data visualization. So you can use graphs, you can use lat long, you can use maps, you can use charts, bar graphs, anything and everything that you can think of. are usually present in Tableau. Okay, so it has an interactive dashboard without any technical skills. Okay, so you can create your own dashboard without taking much effort, without you having any technical skills. Usually people who work on reports need to understand the architecture of the database, need to have SQL background to generate the reports. Over here, it's a little bit different. You didn't, even if you do not understand how your data works, what is the structure, you could still start analyzing the data. You could still start creating your own reports. Okay, and this has support for multiple data sources. It's not just one data source and not just one type of data source that it supports. It supports various types of data source, starting from Oracle, MySQL, NetSuite database with a different type of connector. It also supports Postgres and various others. It has a huge list of data that it actually supports. So let's begin with a demo. I have prepared a small demo, so I would like to share that demo with you guys. Okay, so quickly I will open up the demo screen. Okay, so here I have a report which is telling me about sales commission model. Okay, so it has the estimated quota attainment result with these assumptions. Okay, so and then I have total compensation with these assumptions. Okay, so what exactly is this report saying? This is one of the report which is used for what if analysis. Okay, so I what if the commission rate changed? Okay, how much salary will increase, how much base salary will increase. So if I am given a quotation, right, if I have been given a budget, if I am the department head and I have been given a budget, then this is the budget for your department for so and so time frame. Okay, and I need to also include my salaries, include the employee's salary while calculating or while working with my budget. Okay, so commission plays a huge role when I decide on my budget. So what I can do over here is I can put a fixed commission rate. I can keep on changing the commission rate till the time I do not see that this salary is what I need to pay uh, to my employees as a salary. So that particular part, if I have a total salary budget of, let's say, $5,000 or something, or let's say $50,000 or something monthly. Okay, and everything is dependent on commission because it's a sales team which I am handling. I can actually make changes in my commission rate and see how can I keep my salary intact. Okay, so this is one of the report which actually helped me do that. Um, Again, if you see at the visualization, you do not have to get into those Excels and do hell lot of coding into it. Here it was very simple for us. This report we generated in less than 10-15 minutes. Okay, and then it also tells you about how much sales have happened, how much percentage of quota have been achieved, average OTE, and those kind of stuff. It tells you about the entire sales commission model. Okay, so let me quickly jump on to the next report that we have. Okay, so this is one of the interesting report which is complete visualized report. Okay, which has some images like a funnel, and then if you see there are some sports. icon out over here on the left hand side. Okay, so what exactly are we trying to do over here? What are the odds of going pro in sports? Okay, so here's an analysis done of high school, college, and pro sports in United States by gender. Okay, now we had thousands of records. So here we've analyzed around 535,000 records. Okay. In fact, even more than that, this is just giving you a glimpse of boys playing in high school. So just imagine if I had to come up with this kind of analysis, I had to spend days and night in onto Excel just to find out which sport will actually or how many what is the percentage of people going into a pro in sports. So that kind of analysis has been made very simple over here. So what I need to first do is select the gender. Okay, so in this case we've selected male as the gender. Okay, so it says 535 thousand boys played high school basketball. Okay, and when we change that to female, it gives us a different result. Okay, so what is it actually showing? Okay, so over here it has a funnel. Okay, and it tells that these many people, these many boys played high school basketball in US, and one out in 17 high school player will play in college. Okay, what are we trying to find out over here is how many out of these many boys will actually go and play for NBA. All right. So 1 in 17 high school player will play in college. Okay. That's a big funnel over here. 1 in 525 college player will be drafted to the NBA. Okay. And then 1 in 8,926 high school player will be drafted to NBA. So this kind of analysis, so 1 out of 17 um, will play in college. Okay, so in total, from that 1 out of 17 will play in high school, and then it again goes down. 1 in 525, a college player will play for NBA. And if I want to see how many from school will play in NBA, it will be 1 out of 8,926. So this is a very good analysis done, uh, okay, where you could actually select your sport and you select your gender. You come to know what kind of analysis has been done. So again, this is done for the sports domain. It can be done for any other domain, be it sales, be it purchase, be it online retail stores. So any industry can we can do these kind of analysis and give a good pictorial presentation, a good presentation report, pictorial report to you guys. Okay. So again, here we are comparing the baseball. Now 474,000 boys played high school basketball. Okay, so out of that, how many played will play in college? So 1 out of 9 will play in college. Again, 1 in 44 college player will be drafted to MLB, and then 1 in 390 will play in an MLB. Okay, and so on. So this is done for different kind of sports. So how many will play soccer in MLS, and then how many hockey players will play for the National Hockey League, and so on. So this is again just to show you how easy can it actually become when the bosses when the managers ask you to present a report, and if you have something like this to show them, I mean they don't have to spend any much time going through those Excel, going through records line by line to understand what kind of analysis it is showing you. Here we've done very simple graphical report, pictorial report, and again, generating these reports are fairly simple as compared to any other traditional tool. reporting tool. Since this is a self-service, one who does not even have a technical background can go ahead and create these reports. Okay, so let me go quickly switch to the next report. Okay, so here we have crude net balance for top 12 countries in 2009. Okay, so what we are trying to do over here is trying to find out which are the top companies importing or even exporting the crude oil. Okay, so if you see, just by looking you could actually come to know which is the country who's importing the most. Okay, so here it says Virgin Island, US. Okay, and if I want to figure out which is the top country who's exporting, I could just keep my mouse pointer over here. It tells me it is Qatar. Okay, and it also tells me more, gives me more details about it. How much 1,000 barrel per day is it exporting, and things like that. Okay. Now this is in the map that we can see the report. But then again, if you want to get into the details, like how much is the percentage growth of sales, or how much is the percentage uh, gone down while importing, those kind of information, you can actually look into this report. Okay, which again gives you the information that Virgin Island was the highest importer and Qatar was the highest exporter. Now, even though Qatar was the highest exporter, there has been seen a decline in the percentage, uh, in the sales percentage. Okay, so you do not even actually need to look into these figures. You can just have a look uh, over here and figure out which is my top exporter. Okay, and which is my top exporter and how much is the decline. So you come to know, okay, this is my top exporter. This is one of the exporter, and it has the top decline in export, okay, of crude oil. And if I want to see details, so it shows me there is like 24.3 percentage decline uh, in this specific country in export. Okay, and if I want to see what is the greatest percentage of uh, export, over here it shows me this is the greatest percentage in X. Okay, so those kind of details are very easily to manage over here in the tabular report. In a visualized report, I could change the year quickly from here. I could select a specific region over here. Okay, what am I looking at? Okay, if I am just looking at Africa, let me just quickly select this. It shows me only the African region. Okay, I could just okay, I could see only the Africa region over here. And then it shows me which is the biggest exporter and which is the biggest importer, and who had the biggest percentage export or percentage import, highest and the lowest export and import. Okay, so those kind of information. And then let's say I select all. Okay, and edges for population, I can say, let's say none, and then it gives me a different result. Okay, so it's basically based on the country. Earlier it was showing which specific place. So those kind of information. And then the countries to display, maximum how many countries I want to show in my display. That information is also easily available over here in my reports. Okay, so this basically gives you a very good understanding of whatever kind of analysis that you're doing, to you as well as to your managers. They do not need to, as I said, they do not need to go through different sheets to derive any information, or they do not need to go line by line to understand any trend that is taking place in this kind of reports. Okay, so let's quickly move on to the next report. Okay, so what we've done over here is what are the component cost, okay, in iPhone and in Galaxy. Okay, and we've compared basically various versions of iPhone and Galaxy S. Okay, so right now we are calculating in percentage. I could do that. So this graph is prepared based on percentage. I could do a cost value for this graph as well, and the various components involved in this mobile. Okay, so what we are trying to compare is if I just hover over this iPhone, let's say 6. Okay, so this is other electrical plus mechanical. This might have the biggest share in terms of cost. Okay, so in total this is like 100%. Which component, okay, has the maximum cost percentage? So it's giving me like 27.81% of the total is taken by other electric and mechanicals. Okay, whereas if I want to see which is the least one, it tells me it is final assembly slash testing, which actually takes the least cost. Okay, and again, if I am comparing that with my competitor, in this case it's Galaxy, I would want to see where maximum are they investing into. So here it says, let's see with the updated one. Here it says, again, core electronics is costing more, which is around 22%. This is 21%, and then this is like 23%. So this is other electric and mechanic, again is the highest aggregator in terms of cost. Okay, and over here we also have, let's say, sensors are usually cheap. So again, it is cheap in this as well. But then if I want to figure out how much are they spending, so it is like $5.3 on the sensors, whereas iPhone spends 6.770 dollars on sensors. Okay, so iPhone 6, I am comparing specific models, so I can actually come to know on that. So this was the total cost, $228.07, whereas Galaxy, the total cost was $215.44. Okay, so I can do that kind of comparisons as well. Again, just to show you that this is a graphical report which easily tells you that which version phone has what kind of cost, and the percentage cost. If I want to figure out the components percentage cost, that was so simple for me to show when doing any kind of demo to my management or to the board members. If I am a budding manager, I could just try to create this simple report, and it becomes so very helpful for any managers to understand what exactly I am trying to say. Just imagine if I had something like this, okay, uh, just written in words, and and that is something which your manager had to see. Okay, instead of seeing this visual, they will be not just attracted to these reports, they will also try to analyze, oh, is it if we belong to, let's say, Galaxy team, we were comparing it with iPhone team. Just imagine how much more energy would have been while analyzing this kind of comparisons, to figure out what best we can do to get the cost down, and where exactly and which other components should we be investing more into, be it camera, be it memory, be it sensors, be it the connectivity. Okay, so those kind of decisions can actually be taken quite quite easily and quite quickly. Okay, so as I said, you do not have to go through um, uh, uh, hundreds and thousands of records before actually concluding, or before coming to a conclusion of this sort. You can do that in a very simple manner, in this in a reporting tool like Tableau. Okay, let's quickly shift on to the final report. So again, a very good visual report, done for America, United States, which basically shows all the orders, and it also shows you the profitability. So what we've done, just by looking into this, you would come to know that the color is a profitability ratio. So the highest percentage of profit will be bluish, and the lowest profit ratio will be in red color. Okay, and if I just hover over this, it tells me the sales, the profit, and the profit ratio. And so if you see over here, and the size of these circles actually tell you the is based on the total sales that has happened. Okay, so if I just hover over this big circle, it tells me in New York, okay, specifically for New York, that the profit ratio is 21.4%. The sales happened for 77 odd thousand dollars, and profit was around $16,000. Okay, so here the profit ratio is little less, but then if you see over here, the profit ratio is still better, though the sales is little less, right? So this kind of information, so when I'm looking at this information, I might just want to concentrate on the red ones, okay, where the sales is very less and there is no profit where I am making. Okay, so based on this, I could also derive some decisions. This could be actually a driving force in my decision making. Okay, and then I could go basically into details like monthly sales by segments. Okay, so if I have three segments like consumer, corporate, and home office, I could see how are they performing over the period of time. Okay, from 2011 to 2014. And so that is basically based on the segments, and how are the product categories performing, again based on the monthly sales. Okay, year on year. Okay, and just by looking at this report, I would also want to see what is my total sales. So we have all added this over here: the total sales, total profitability, and what is the average profit ratio, profit per order. So again, this is an average profit per order, profit per customer, average discount that I have given, and how much quantity have I sold. Okay, so these kind of reports are very helpful in decision making. So let's say, for example, if a product category is not making good sales in a specific region, I the managers decide to discard that product category altogether from that specific region. Okay, whereas so this kind of decisions, um, when people are making reports which are more visual, can help them make decision very quickly, and make very effective, very precise decision. Okay, so quickly moving on to the third report. Now here what we've done is sales by product category. Okay, so different categories over the year, how have they performed over the months? Was there any kind of trend? So just by looking at this report, we can figure out that maximum sales happened. Okay, so happened in the month of September. Okay, even without looking at the figures, I could figure it out because we've given a color pattern. So uh, the maximum sales is dark blue in color, whereas less sales is light blue in color. So you do not need to actually see even into this what is the amount over here. You might just go through this just by looking at the color. You could figure out, oh, there is a trend in the month of September. People are buying more in the month of September and November and in December. So those kind of patterns can be derived, and if you see in the month of Feb, it is one of the lowest sales month over the year. Now this is very important visualization that any management or any board members would love to see. Okay, so any budding manager, I would recommend to go ahead for a data visualization tool, and what best than Tableau, which can actually create such reports in like minutes. I mean, you won't have to spend much time. It is so simple. So I'll just take an example of this now. Here, what we've done for home office type of segment, we've taken an average per product. Okay, okay. So this black line that you see over here, it is for a specific product over here, appliances. Okay, which falls into office supplier category. Okay. Now, what if I wanted to do an average, okay, across the line for, let's say, average across the product category? Okay, what do I need to do is just click on this per pane. Okay, and now it is giving me an average sales that has happened across a particular category. So this is how simple is deriving any type of report, any type of analysis. Now you want to do that across all your product categories. You just click on entire table and it just gives you one line. Okay, and if you just say okay and hover over this line, it tells you that the median is $175. Okay, that's the average. Okay, and for the entire sales, irrespective of the category. I want to do it for specific category. It changes. Okay, here for furniture it is 233. For office supply it is 55. For technologies it is 266, and so on. So I am just illustrating how simple um, uh, it is to visualize any kind of report, any kind of data that you would be having. It is a matter of connecting to your data source and creating and quickly creating some simple reports, and then getting into the ones which require some analysis. Okay, so uh, that was related to the demo. I'll quickly move on. So that was a quick demo for us to understand what is a data visualization tool. What exactly do we mean when we say data visualization? How simple can it actually make people's life, not just when they're preparing a report, okay, but also for people who are into decision makings. How simple that does that become? for people on those positions as well. And again, Tableau for anyone who is interested in how Tableau works and things like that. There is a demo, or there's another webinar that is coming quickly, which we will be updating on our websites. So you just might need to wait, okay, for some time. So one of the topics is 5 steps to select the right ERP. That is one of the upcoming webinar. And if you guys want to get in touch with us, you can go on to our website, and you could also send us a mail at sales@vistasolutions.com. You guys can call us directly on our number. And thanks a lot. Is there any, if at all there is any question, we are open for Q&A for next 5 minutes. So there was one of the questions raised by one of the attendees saying how who can help us in understanding Tableau and help us implement the Tableau in for our company. So okay, so just to answer your question, we are Tableau partners, and as I said, that we have implemented multiple projects in Tableau. So you have to get in touch with us, and we will basically take care of analyzing your data, to giving you guys training, and to how to create some complex reports and playing with your data basically. So you can actually get in touch with our sales team for that. That is at sales@vistasolutions.com. Okay, if that answers your question. Okay, so I do not see any more questions at this point of time, so we'll wrap up the webinar quickly. Okay, if there is anything, please do contact us on the on our website, or you could get in touch on sales@businesssolutions.com. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining this webinar. Hope you guys at least understood what is visualization, and which is the best tool in the market for data visualization. Thanks a lot for your time. Good day. Bye.